Hey Scorpio, it's Suzanne with Sunny Forest Tarot. Welcome or welcome back. Here to do your weekly reading. All right, so we're going to use some magical witch oracle cards to start off with in the spirit of Halloween this month. So we'll see what comes up for you, and then we're going to pick your questions for the week. And basically what I'm doing by doing that is I'm really allowing Spirit to basically pick your questions of the week. So believe it or not, it takes a tremendous burden off of me. I would struggle sometimes to figure out how I wanted to do the readings on a weekly basis. And, I got to the point, before I took my little hiatus where, I was doing a lot of readings and not posting them. And I knew something needed to change, and it was about me surrendering to Spirit and allow Spirit to guide your readings, even more so. So that's what we're doing. All right. So let's start off here with what's in the middle. All right, what do we have here? The Alchemist. Okay, so, in a way, this is like the magician, okay? The Alchemist says that, whether you realize it or not, you have the power of the universe behind you in literally everything you do, if you choose to use it. What inhibits this so often is fear, okay? Now, the Alchemist can also say that there is possibly a tremendous chemistry between you and a particular person, all right? But either way, very positive. So let's see what this is surrounded by. What do we have here? Oh, wow. All right, so we have ethos. All right, so this is basically, let's see what this says. In perfect love, in perfect trust. 8 words are the Wiccan fulfill. Pin ye harm none. Do as ye will, and ever mind the rule of 3. We've sent out comes back to thee. What we've sent out comes back to thee. Follow this with mind and heart, and merry ye meet, and merry ye part. All right, so ethos is about love, okay? I wish it said love down there, because if you look up ethos, it's about love, okay? It's a God of love. So it feels like there is a chemistry that's around love, that's around somebody, that it's around you, is what it is. What do we have here? Okay, and then we have boundaries. This almost looks like the Ace of Swords, right? So, boundaries are about, what I will accept and what I will not accept. Deal breakers. So, it's like, here we have love and here we have deal breakers. So I feel like there might be a situation for some of you where you might be in love, and at the same time, there might be something that is a deal breaker. It's like love and a deal breaker are fighting. You might be fighting this. You might be fighting, a situation of right and wrong. You might be fighting a situation of where you might be breaking boundaries that you might not normally break. And, that's why I always say, be careful what you judge, because those situations have a real way of finding you and testing your boundaries. I feel like your boundaries are being tested. But again, you have the power of the universe behind you if you choose to use it. And this is when you use it for good. Okay, so sometimes breaking boundaries end up being a good thing. boundaries that never should have been set. Okay, but this is about love, and I feel like deal breakers and boundaries. All right, so we will take a deeper look into that in a minute. Let's get your questions from Spirit. Let's see what the topic is for you for this week for Scorpio. All right, what do we got? Mutual interest, new feelings. Okay, so that goes to that chemistry. You know, this might be a very loving chemistry that you have with somebody, creating new feelings. And, you know, I feel like this potentially here is a mutual interest if that's something you're wondering about. What is the question? It says, ooh, are we just friends, or is there more of a romantic connection? All right, and then the next question is, what is their intuition telling them? All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at that first question. Are we just friends, or is there more of a romantic connection? I feel like you already know the answer to this, but the reason you might be asking, for some of you, is, you know, maybe there's a friendship here that you don't want to break the friendship boundary, or you feel like the other person doesn't want to break the friendship boundary when there's actually growing love there. There's chemistry that is building here between the two of you. All right, so let's see. First card, most important. Okay. You move over. What do we have? All right, we have justice. All right, so, Scorpio. You might be dealing in particular with a Libra, first of all, okay? And, you know, it's so interesting because justice, in a lot of ways, it's about balancing something, fairness. Something may not feel quite fair about this connection because I feel like, you know, what are we balancing here? We're balancing love and boundaries. So there's something that may not feel fair to you about that. And I feel like it may not feel fair that, you know, maybe we have to remain just friends. That might not feel fair because it breaks a boundary. But it's like, it almost feels like a war of energies here between love and boundaries. What else do we have? Oh, wait. All right, we have the Elemental of Wands. All right, so this is the Page of Wands. So it's like there's a fire here. There's a fire that's burning. There's a fire that's growing between you and somebody. It's like, you know, the Page of Wands can also be, you know, a new inspiration or a new idea. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is a friendship that is trying to evolve into something more. And when you're questioning if there's a mutual interest, I feel like there's an attraction here. This can also be an attraction, chemistry. What else? Eight of Swords. There's the boundaries. Where is this falling? Right underneath boundaries, okay? It's like, you know, she is all bound up here, right? She's got the blindfold on. She can't see what's right in front of her, which is love, right? You can see the holding of the hands here. It's like she's not able to see that because she's limiting herself with these boundaries that she has placed on herself. Okay? That's why sometimes I feel like this is a really good depiction of when, you know, you might have to question preset boundaries that you've made for yourself. You know, or, you know, if you feel like this is the best thing for you to maintain your boundaries, then good for you. But what this particular Eight of Swords is showing me is that she is not able to see the love that's right in front of her. And the chemistry, which is in the middle here, is trying to show her that, trying to show you that, okay? It's not necessarily a her. It's not necessarily a woman. It could be a man as well. All right, so what else do we have? The High Priestess. All right, so High Priestess is about, kind of about where the truth is. You know, is the truth being revealed? In other words, is the veil opening up and the truth is revealed? Or is the truth, is it more comfortable to keep the truth hidden? I feel like in this case, the truth may be hidden right now, okay? Things might be, there might be a purposeful quietness about what's going on between you and this person, even though mutual feelings are developing. What do we have here? Wow, Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, just like the Ten of Cups, always a future energy. So what this tells me is that there is an amazing potential here between you and a particular person that you have feelings for, or that you have that there's a mutual interest here. So I feel like this is pretty significant, a pretty significant connection for you and this person. What I find interesting here is, you know, it's like, what are the boundaries that are keeping this connection or this mutual interest quiet? Let's take a look. I'm actually going to pull one card from this deck over the Eight of Swords. Then I'm going to use a separate deck, and I'm going to pull it for this boundaries card up here. All right, what do we have? Eight of Swords, Three of Swords. All right, so you or your person or both of you, the reason that you have some really strict boundaries is because you don't want to risk your heart to the point of being heartbroken. If, say, maybe this person doesn't have a mutual interest with you, you're risking the love that's around you because you're afraid of being heartbroken. And there is some type of risk here, right? Especially if we're moving from friendship to romance. You're not seeing the potential possibly of the real romance and Ten of Pentacles. This could be a long-term connection. A lot of connections that start off as really good friendships first, those tend to be some of the strongest relationships going forward because you've gotten to know each other as friends. All right, so we're afraid of heartbreak. Let's see. Boundaries. And then we have the Six of Cups. Okay, so what that I feel like is saying is, for some of you, this has been a long-term friendship, a long-term, you know, platonic relationship that you don't want to risk. You don't want to risk losing that really solid connection, relationship, confidant that you've built maybe for a very long time. For others of you, Six of Cups, it's a soulmate connection, and that can be scary. It's like, this feels too easy. This feels too good. You know, if it's too easy, there must be something that I'm missing. That's the worst type of boundary, right, that you could put on yourself, is that things just seem to fall into place and flow. You might be very used to drama in relationships. You might be very used to, you know, the whole makeup breakup cycle. And then something comes along that just feels too easy and you start questioning it and you put boundaries on that particular connection because it just feels too easy. Easy is good. It's good when it shows up, you know, in relationships. So don't let yourself do that. Let's get one more on the Three of Swords. The Four of Cups. Yeah. So I feel like that confirms it. It's like you're more afraid. You know, we've got these 3 empty cups here. You're more focused on what you could potentially lose than this big, beautiful cup up here that's waiting for you, which is love. These 3 empty cups represent the boundaries. This big Ace of Cups up here represents the love that you're not necessarily seeing, okay? So you're focused more on what you could lose than what you could gain. You know, when it comes to, are we just friends or is there more of a romantic connection here? It absolutely feels like there's more of a romantic connection. Let's take a look at the chemistry that's going on between the two of you. All right, so we have the Hermit. So you might be dealing with a Libra, you might be dealing with a Virgo, but you don't have to be. I feel like you're feeling this passion, or you feel like you're feeling this passion all by yourself. You know, I don't feel like you're talking about it. I don't feel like they're talking about it. You feel a little bit alone in what you're feeling right now. You feel like you're feeling this chemistry and it's almost like you're not getting the feedback in the physical world of whether or not this person feels the chemistry too. And then we have the Initiate of Pentacles. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of Capricorn, okay? I feel like what this is saying is that the chemistry is authentic. Queen of Pentacles is always truthful, is always authentic, is always giving. So what I also feel from this card is that this person actually is showing in some way their interest towards you. They are showing their authentic interest towards you. Because you have that Eight of Swords blindfold on, you may not be picking up on their interest. Let's get one more on this Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. This person is showing you what they want to see happen next in the physical world. Okay? They have taken time to look at what the relationship between the two of you has been in the past, what it means to them, and they've taken some time to maybe press pause on this connection to figure out what's next. So let's get one more on the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Universe. So this is the World card. It's like this person, I feel like, wants to share their world with you. Okay, this is also a card of Capricorn. So you might be dealing with, definitely there's a lot of earth energy here, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra, which is air energy. I feel like they want to share their world with you. You know, I mean, and look at this picture of the world here. It's like there's not just a woman in this particular picture. There's a woman and a man. There's a masculine and a feminine. However you define, you know, what or who you are attracted to, both energies are here. So this is also a future card. So I feel like this person is authentically trying to show you something and you are not necessarily seeing it. So I know it's easier to believe that somebody isn't interested in you more than somebody is interested. Okay, but I feel like you're not looking deep enough here. All right, let's get one more on the Ethos and we have the Initiate of Wands. So this is the Queen of Wands. Even though that it's a man in this particular card, it's the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is, I like, the Queen of Wands, you know, always is the best version of herself or his self, whatever makes sense to you. Always the best version of herself when it's in the upright. Okay, so this person, whoever it is, absolutely brings out the best in you, and you more than likely bring out the best in this person. And when that happens, when you feel like your best, that's what this person is seeing. And you are seeing this person's best, and they're seeing your best. And when you have that feeling of, when you feel your best, that's what you attract. You attract the best for you. So I feel like this is a pretty significant connection for you and for whoever this person is. All right, so let's get to the next question here. What is this person's intuition saying or telling them? What is this person's intuition telling them? All right, let's see. What do we have? Look at that. Huh. We have Justice in the reverse over Justice. So that's interesting. So that's double Libra energy. So for those of you dealing with a Libra, that is definitely a special message for you. But we have it in the upright and we have it in the reverse. So, you know, I feel like this person, just like you, goes back and forth with what feels fair, what breaks the boundaries of our friendship, what is going to keep the balance of our connection. It's like, would I be giving up a long-term, beautiful friendship for short-term gain in a romantic connection? I feel like both of you go back and forth with that. And then we have the Eight of Cups. You know, what I feel like this person's intuition is saying is like, am I going to have to walk away from the deep feelings that I have for Scorpio if I level up this relationship or connection, if I admit to any feelings or passion or chemistry that I feel with Scorpio? Is it going to ruin a friendship? Is it going to ruin a connection, a really strong connection that makes me feel good about myself? I love being around Scorpio because I feel great about myself. Whether people realize it or not, that's how people connect more than anything sometimes, is how you make the other person feel about themselves makes them want to be around you all the time. You make them feel good about yourself, about themselves, it's like they're yours for life. They're afraid that they're going to have to walk away from some deep feelings that have been building. And then we have, look at that, we have the Eight of Swords in the reverse, right over the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords in the reverse is about freeing yourself from these boundaries. Your person intuitively knows and feels that they have to remove the restrictions, whatever boundaries they're placing on this connection or on this friendship. They know that they have to possibly be the one to remove those boundaries. That means possibly speak about their feelings first. Okay, so we have back and forth with Eight of Swords, being restricted and being free in our boundaries. over here, it's fair and it's not fair that I have these loving feelings for Scorpio. The chemistry, oh my gosh, do I have to potentially walk away from these feelings? Let's get one more on the Eight of Cups. We have the Seven of Swords. One more on Seven of Swords. Hermit. We had the Hermit. We had a Hermit right there. Both of you are sharing very, very similar energies here. It's like both of you feel like you're dealing with the connection alone. Both of you feel like you almost have to be deceptive with each other, and that takes away from the good feelings that both of you have. That Queen of Wands feeling of being at your best. Once we have to start deceiving ourselves or deceiving somebody else that, hey, you know what, we're just friends, we're going to keep these boundaries, we're not going to move into a loving romantic connection, that starts hurting the friendship anyway when we are resisting what our natural connection is doing, the natural chemistry between the two of you. It's trying to build something here. All right, so when we're asking what is their intuition telling them, if I have to walk away from these feelings, going forward, I'm only going to be deceiving Scorpio and myself by being alone, Hermit. All right, so let's just get some possible words or thoughts from this person. What this person might say to you. Because I'm curious. Because these are some really interesting cards coming out together like that. All right, so let's see. What do we have here? I can allow my desire to overwhelm me. All right, so I feel like that's what your person is saying to you. They're in this, do I fight for this? This is the solar plexus energy. Do I fight for this connection? Or, do I start deceiving myself and Scorpio with keeping this at just maybe a good friendship? So their desire is overwhelming them, and it probably is showing. We have the Hermit for both of you here. So both of you might be spending more time alone, which you're not happy with, because you're both creating resistance to this connection in some way. What do we have here? I have the will and power to manifest this. What was the first card that we had here? It was the Alchemist. What did I tell you that's about? That's about having the power of the universe behind you. So this person, at their core, believes that this is something that they are manifesting and can manifest going forward, that you are something that they have manifested, and that they have the will and power to move this forward if they choose to. What else? Oh my gosh, I can love without conditions. So that tells me we've got 2 yellow here, which is the fight or flight. This person wants to fight for this. This person wants to fight for you and free themselves from the boundaries that either you or them or both of you have created in this connection. There might be something, instead of friends, there might be something taboo about this connection, or something that you feel people would judge you for, something that is creating resistance, or one or both of you are saying, maybe we shouldn't do this. Well, ultimately that's up to both of you. But if you're around somebody that makes you feel like the best version of yourself, and you are doing that for them, there's a reason for that. Okay? All right, so let's get some oracle cards to end this reading. I want these, and I want these. Okay. All right. So this is you. This is your person. And then romance angels. All right, this is you. And this is your person. All right, let's see. For you, what do we have? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So, the way that I see this is you might have addictions to certain constructs in life. Okay, that's what I'm feeling this is about. You know, in other words, going outside of the box or being seen as different or being seen as, you know, again, if there's something taboo around this, or this might be that you have an addiction to this person or this friendship or this particular relationship in one way, you're not willing to change it, and it's affecting your romantic life. What do we have here for you? Words of abundance are probably something you need to hear right now. You have the ability to instantly manifest. Now, we've heard that 3 times in this reading, okay? Your person has said it, spirit has said it, and now it's being said to you again. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract for yourself and others. All right, so maybe in some way this connection, you know, affects your economic situation. Maybe this is maybe this is a work relationship, okay, which might be considered taboo. And one or both of you are nervous about moving this beyond a friendship because it could affect your job. What do we have here for them? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. So I feel like this is about engaging you in a different way, leveling up, okay? Leveling up from whatever the relationship is now to, you know, a higher level of love, a higher level of commitment. Changing this from, again, from a friendship or from something that it is now to something that it could be. What do we have for them? Pay yourself first. Make yourself your most important financial obligation. We've got finances here twice, okay? So making yourself your most important financial obligation by setting aside a portion of your income every time you are paid. This loving form of self-care ensures that you'll have savings to invest in your present and your future. All right, so, you know, this person might have a lot of concerns about whether or not they will have a certain level of financial stability in some way. And this is advice to that person to pay themselves first in some way. But you could also apply that to love too. You know, when you love yourself first, you're always able to give more of yourself. And I feel like this person wants to give more of themselves. And I feel like you do too. I feel like you question what you can manifest within yourself. And this person is questioning whether or not it ultimately benefits them, you know, to move this to the next level right now. but I do feel like both of you believe it. And the more you spend time in this resistance energy, it will actually hurt the friendship. It will actually hurt the relationship the way it is, because when both of you completely align with your higher selves want more from this connection for some reason. Okay, it feels like it's a good thing for both of you. All right, Scorpio, that is what I have for you. If you're looking for a deeper, more personal reading, certainly reach out. I am running a special for first timers, so if you've been thinking about getting a personal reading, this might be the time to do it. You can find all the information in the description box below. Okay, thanks so much. Have a fantastic week. All right, bye.